Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be moving on to the Banished sector of the Beginner's Order Guide, and we're going to be starting with one of my favourite leaders, YapYap. So YapYap's a really unique leader and can be difficult to play for new players, especially if you don't know what you're doing, because they have special units called cannon fodder, which are free, but they're extremely weak and don't gather resources as fast as like Marines and Grunts and things like that. So it takes a bit of adjusting with the cannon fodder to get your build on point, because your resource income is slower when you're gathering. So what we first do with YapYap is we spam a lot of fodder. 3 units, get them everywhere, vision all over the map, grab as many resources as possible. We also open triple harvester. Now the reason we're opening triple harvester is because we want to grab as many mini bases as possible so we can spam more fodder essentially. The reason we don't go Gen 3rd like other builds is because the gather rate of power is that slow, you can't upgrade your generator in time. So everything wants to be on point with your build. So as soon as the generator is built, you want to have enough power to upgrade it instantly, like with our other builds. But we don't with YapYaps because of the gather rate. So we go triple harvester opener, upgrade the first harvester, and we're going to send our fodder all the way to the opponent's side of the map and all over the map to the main parts of resources such as the big power bundles and things like that. The reason we're sending fodder directly to our opponent's mini bases is because we're going to look for a mini grab. So we're going to try and steal a mini base from the opponent, but don't worry if you don't. The whole intention of this works both ways. So you want to force your opponent to grab their own minis earlier than they should. By doing this, they put their economy backwards because they've got to basically splash out 200 blue per mini, so that's going to delay their own build. So if they're going leader or something like that, they're going to delay that build. So again, in this video, we're just demonstrating against the AI. So like other videos, the AI isn't very good. It's just a chance for me to explain the build orders for beginners. In the advanced guides, we will be going through competitive games on the ladder to show all the strategies for each leader that can be possible in a competitive situation. But in the Halo Wars 2 guide, which is posted in the description that I wrote, there is a lot of gameplay YapYap videos on there if you want to delve more in depth into this leader. So at low level, you could probably go double raid camp on Tech 1 and overwhelm your opponent with Grunt Riders, Choppers and Fodder. That's the army comp you want against low levels. This will probably get you to like Onyx and above just by rushing and spamming Grunt Riders, because a lot of people don't know how to deal with YapYap. And even though he's actually not that great on Tech 1 compared to his later game, nearly every other leader beats him on Tech 1, only a couple don't. But it's the bluff of spamming loads of fodder that distracts people from what they actually should be doing. So they're seeing loads of fodder and a couple of Grunt Riders attacking their main base. So the instinct of a player is to defend. They want to defend their own base, where essentially there's not a lot of damage there. They should be pushing. If they push you, Yap would lose a lot of the time. So in the lower levels, we're going to overwhelm our opponents a lot with just Grunt Riders, Choppers and fodder. When you feel comfortable, just like you saw a second ago, we're going to get up a second generator, we're going to get that upgraded. What I like to do with Yap as well is once I've got 2 gens up and upgraded, I like to upgrade my supply pads as well on my main base. So I would upgrade every supply pad and every generator on my main base. Now, the reason I do this is because I'm so aggressive on Tech 1, so I can afford to delay my Tech 2. But also it boosts your leader power experience level, which you'll see above the mini map on the far right. So Yap's advantage is the amount of active leader powers he has. So the more leader power experience and more leader powers you have, and you can boost ahead of your opponent. So if you didn't know, the way to do this is by upgrading pads, upgrading units, building mini bases, destroying enemy units and pads, capturing power nodes. They all help boost your leader power experience. So the aim here is to get the shade drop turret as fast as possible. Now, for anybody who didn't know, any turret drop or unit drop gives you leader power experience. It shouldn't, but it does. So YapYap has 4 shade drop turrets. Each one gives experience. So if you focus on the minimap when I actually use a shade drop, you'll see it jump up really fast. and that's going to help us boost to the grunts from above drop, which is really good for sniping bases. Now, we're in Tech 2. The reason we haven't pushed and overwhelmed our opponent yet is because they literally have 3 anti-infantry turrets. That's hard to push for anybody, especially UNSC anti-infantry turrets. So we're gonna send our fodder in just to take the damage, get a good scout off. They're gonna be Tech 1 for a while, so we're gonna be Tech 2. We already have the advantage. We have the map. This is a handy trick as well. You can drop mines on turrets just like that, and they'll explode on the turret. Do a lot of damage to the turret. There we go. So that's good for pushing bases as well. So we have the map, so we're just going to play patient. Our opponent is backed off. We're going to scout every base on the map, not letting them expand at all, while we get our bases up, get our army up, get our upgrades up, get a fair generator up, sort out our economy while they're pinned back in. So we're going to be really far ahead in like the next 4 to 5 minutes or so. So the game at this point is pretty much won. I mean, there's nothing the opponent can do about it. They're pinned back on Frontier. They're not going to be able to expo because I have the army advantage. I've got an expo up and running. I'm just going to keep getting stronger and stronger as the game goes on. So next leader point, we're going to go grunts from above. And then the leader point after that, because of the position we're in, we're going to be getting grunt dome. So yeah, if they didn't have turrets, you can just have a cannon fodder on hold ground behind the base, like we do have for vision. Drop the grunts from above down, take down a gen quite easily. Works a lot of the time against a lot of players, even at high level. Win a lot of games like that, sniping 1 or 2 gens. So we know the opponent's on Tech 1 forever. We're just gonna chill back. Waste some units, and we're gonna go. Oh, nice map blast. We're gonna go into a Locust Methane Ball, which is really strong. So anybody who doesn't know, Methane wagons actually gave, I think it's a 20% debuff to the opponent and a 20% buff to grunts. So locusts are actually classed as part of the grunts within that, heavy grunts, grunt riders, things like that. So it's a really good to have methane wagons from the drop. It's just a waste to use the methane leader power because you're getting its second point when you don't need it, and they're so expensive on Tech 1 anyway. So while all this is going on, we're just going to talk a bit more about YapYap and what you can do, some of the mechanics of him. So Tech 2, you want his leaders out, upgraded as fast as possible. Those heals at Tech 2 and Tech 3 can help your army heal 3 times over. So you essentially have 4 armies if you time it correctly. You've got a lot of good leader powers that you can combo, so you always want to be comboing your mines with the shade drop. So drop your mines, then spam the shade drop on an army all around them, stuns them into place while your army's wiping them as well. Mines go off, boom, army's dead, you win the game. Another thing you can do with the shade drop is you get 4 of them. If you time it perfectly, you can stun a leader for about 13-14 seconds. So any OP leaders, the Warlord, Douglas, no problem. You time that turret drop, you'll be able to take him out easily. And then we come to the grunts from above. So there's so many avenues you can go down with Yap. You can go grunts from above 2, which is really good. You get 2 methane wagons and a lot of vet units. Grunt Dome negates a lot of nukes, a lot of leader powers. If you're fast enough, you can stop a beam, you can stop a map blast, a scatter bomb, a salvo. Doesn't matter, the Grunt Dome will halt it. So what I would advise doing, because Yap doesn't have a teleport, is saving the Grunt Dome until they use their nukes. So when you see that beam come down, that's when you want to drop your Grunt Dome. You don't really want to waste it willy-nilly in the middle of the map doing nothing. And the other point is to use the Grunt Dome when you're attacking on the offensive, trying to take down a base, as you'll see in a second. So we're just ecoing up. Game's over. Again, if this is too beginnerish for you, have a look at the Halo Wars 2 guide. There is a lot of advanced matchmaking guides using YapYap in there. No commentary though, it's just gameplay from the ladder and playing like top 10 players, things like that, and actually winning as well. So heavy grunts are really good. If you want to go heavy grunts on Tech 1, heavy grunts are actually really good. They beat grunts one-on-one, they beat marines one-on-one. So that's how good they are for 120. Obviously, you build them out of raid camp, so you lose a building slot there, but it doesn't really matter too much. And then the EMP upgrade can completely stop vehicles. Like, you mass heavy guns, say you're going against a Forge player, for example, you know they're going to be going vehicles tech 2. You mass heavy guns tech 1, get the EMP upgrade, you can stun most of their Warthogs, and there's nothing they can really do about it. That's good to use with a mine combo as well. And aside from that, you just want to go into a nice Banished counter ball on tech 2. So Rangers, Hunters, Reavers, Methane, a couple of Lurkers, your leaders, you are good to go. If you're playing a UNSC who's going Kodiaks, you want a couple of Shrouds in there as well. That is a nice map blast. Because we're playing on PC, I've only just swapped to keyboard. I was really slow with my Grunt Dome there. But look, I lost nothing. My leaders have just healed up my whole army, and now I get to drop Grunt Dome closer to the base where I'm in range. So look at the buff on those Methane wagons on the Lurkers. Absolutely shredding this base. Nothing the opponent can do. They have no units. Again, look at the XP leader bar going up with the shade drop turrets. So the leader power order is Mine 1, Mine 2, shade drop, grunts from above, and then situational grunt dome or beam. And then you can get them vice versa. And then when you have them, go Methane Party, because Methane Party, I mean, this is the wombo combo right here. You drop mines, shade drop, Methane Party, and a beam. You are wiping a 120 pop army. You've got them stunned. The Methane debuffs them. Your army's there raping them, and the mines go off, and everything just gets shattered. So that is the beginner's YapYap gameplay build order. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to get on to the next leader very shortly. Thanks for watching again, guys.